for layout 2. So this layout is super cute, and we're going to be ripping paper. Yes, I said it, we're ripping paper. Okay, so in the guide, it says, go ahead and draw a line at 3 1/4 from the top of the paper and use this to stamp some city scape scenes. But I don't have the stamp set, so we're going to improvise. I went ahead and drew the line, and I'm going to try and do some controlled splattering just in this area using my shimmer pen and that generic paintbrush. So it makes a mess, and I know I got it pretty messy when I did it earlier, but the closer that I am, hopefully I can get a better, and I'm just taking that starkness away and improvising for the lack of having that stamp set, which I'm kind of kicking myself, like I should have totally ordered that, but I didn't. So we've got that going. See, it did get a little messy, but that's okay. Anything it's splattered on is nothing that can't be cleaned, or it's not really going to matter if it got splatter on it. So there's that. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to rip some paper while this dries. We have this piece here, which is going to go down here in the bottom, and it should line up at the 9-inch mark on my Versamat. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some adhesive there and get this down. I've already laid it out and know how it's going to look, which is something I showed you that I do in layout 1. So if you haven't seen that video, just go ahead and scroll back down and you'll see that video, and you can see how I lay my layouts first, and then I go ahead and put them in. So this is our next piece that we're going to be putting in, and about a 1/2 inch from the bottom, we are going to rip it. So I just kind of want to find like a 1/2 inch mark. And one of the things that I really like to do is I like to come in with my trimmer, and I'm not going to trim that 1/2 inch mark, but I'm kind of going to give myself some score lines, if you will, to rip it. So I can then have a little bit of a controlled environment on where my ripping is going to happen. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch here, and we're also going to rip this piece here, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to come in and just kind of give myself a guide so that I have some control over where that paper rips, and it doesn't go all haywire on me. So I'm going to fold this back and manipulate it and play with it, and I want the white to be on top. So when I come in, I'm going to tear like this, using that line as a guide so that I'm getting about that 1/2 inch mark. Can put that off to the side. And when I put this down, I want the top of this to be 4 inches from the bottom. So that would be, if I line this up at the bottom on my Versamat and use those guides, that will be at the 8-inch mark. Okay, so I'm just going to add some adhesive here. I'm going to line it up on the 8 over here, and it should just fall naturally into place on a straight line there. Beautiful. Now I can come in with my larger piece and do approximately the same thing. I'm going to manipulate the paper and tear it. Of course, I kind of messed up a little bit right there, but that's okay. And I'm going to try and get that white core to show. That's the whole goal for this. And of course, you could come in with some ink daubers and really distress that by, you know, let's rip this just a little bit more, by giving it a distressed look with maybe a toffee color. Now this line right here, I'm also going to use that as a guide. I'm going to put this at the 3-inch mark here, like so, and we'll go ahead and adhere this down. And we're going to do this on the left and right side pages. And yeah, I don't put adhesive everywhere. This is going to be in my page protector, so I'm not too worried about things falling off or anything like that. Okay, so now to compensate for those city scenes, I'm going to use the zip strip. And the instructions, that tells you to use it with a different layout. I went ahead and I'm going to manipulate it and use it for this layout. I'm going to put it down right here. I'm going to do that on both sides. And I'm not usually a measurer, but this time I'm going to. Now this sticker was one sticker and I just used my paper trimmer to cut it right above the adventure, because in the instructions this would actually have gone down on top of that line that we had created, leaving the cityscapes to show up here. And I thought this was a waste of a perfectly good title, so I cut it in half, and now we'll just peel the sticker off and we're going to put it roughly about here. And we're going to go ahead and hear the whole thing down like so. So I really like that. It gives it a pop. We still have somewhat of that background here. We have contrast with the splatter that we did over here. So now we can do the same thing with the right page. That was the left. I've already ripped the paper, but I just need to do the splatters. And as long as I stay with the same measurement theme, I don't really need anything else to go down. I know that it's about that 3-inch mark is what I'm looking for to keep my splatters in place. Okay. Try to change a little bit of the direction of my splatter. There we go. And I wasn't squeezing this, oops, because it does come out very generously. Just wipe the end of that brush off. And like I said, we're just going to kind of do the same process as we did the other. We're going to layer. I've already ripped. And we'll kind of bring this up. And I really like the Versamat that I have going on here with those measurements on the side. You know, it kind of takes a little bit of that guesswork out. Remember, this piece right here is going to start 4 inches from the bottom, or that 8-inch mark on the mat. So you just bring it in like here. And like I said earlier, if you want to, you could also grab a dauber, some toffee ink, and you could really distress that edge right there and just give it a lot more to go along. Really, you could. And at the end of the day, it's your page, your layout. You should do what makes your heart happy. If you're looking at that and you're like, oh my gosh, I absolutely positively love it, and it's not what the instructions said, or it's not what a video tutorial said for you to do, then you know what? That's all that really matters, because you're the one that has to look at it and it goes in your book. All right. See how cool that looks? I love that look. So we're going to adhere this down. And of course, I don't have another sticker to accent this side, but that's okay. But I do have some really cute stickers, you know, that we're going to go ahead and put down, and some peacock. Oops. See, that's why you don't push it down until you're ready to go. There we go. Now we can really brayer it in. And then I just have some really cute stickers to go on here. So this is the right page. I'm going to come in with some of my stacks here. Bring this down maybe here like this. Yeah, I think that looks cute. Great. And then let's go ahead and add a little bit of foam tape here maybe. This is going to go here. This was a zip strip, and there was just different titles that were in there that was cut down. So this is going to go here. We were here. And then we have, let's see, this vacation one. It's going to go here. Let's adhere, go ahead and adhere these down. And I have, the cardstock is 2-tone, so I'm using the lighter version. And I'm not really measuring about where these are going. Looks like about that 4-inch mark from the top. And then we'll put this in. Okay, and I'm going to have these line up this way like so. Now, obviously I don't have my picture in, so I don't want to push this down all the way. I do want to get out that little powder that I had, and I'm just going to put it right where, so now it's not sticky there. I'm just going to put it here, sort of like at an angle, and that looks really, really, really cute. We'll come in with, oops, the skateboard and add it. Maybe like this. And live to skate. And I don't know, that kind of, I just got to figure out. I think we'll just put a little bit of adhesive over here on the right, because we still need to put in our picture. I'll bring it down here. There we go. We were here. Perfect. Okay, so this is the right side. And oh, the last thing that I want to do, almost forgot, is to add our title, which is this beautiful sticker. It's called Attitude is Everything. Okay, and this is just gonna kind of lay like here. Perfect. Attitude is Everything. I love that. That looks so cute. So let's bring our left side back in. And we're going to sort of mirror that layout. So this time our picture is going to go here and here. I'm going to put this up about as even as I can. Sort of use that mark, that 4-inch mark on the guide. I can also bring this in and kind of marry this up. Oh, and so this is how the double layout will look. And so we have this going on, and I'll go ahead and adhere this down, and then we can get our stickers going and any embellishments that we want to add on also. So we're just using this as a guide, sticking it down. And then these are 3x4 and 4x6 photos that will go in these placeholders here. We're going to grab the bicycle. He's going to go down here, and I'm just going to kind of punch out some of the stickers that didn't come off when I peeled it. And again, I'm going to add some dimension to this. So I'm going to have the bike stick up, and that means I don't want any sticky on here for reasons that I need to still slide my picture in. And plus, even if I didn't want to do that, I'm only adding adhesive, I'm only adding dimension up here at the top. So if I put this down and don't add any powder to the top to remove the adhesive, then like I said earlier, you could push it down when it goes into your page protector, and voila, it sticks down to the top, and then your bike doesn't have that cool 3D look or whatever element that it is that you're popping up. This way, when I stick it down here, it doesn't get stuck there, you know? Okay. So we've got all that in. I'm just going to kind of push this down a little bit. Make sure those are adhered well, which they should be, considering there's also adhesive on the back. And it just takes a moment to get these squares off. Not too much time at all. Just like so. And make sure I don't have, there we are. Okay. So now I can easily come in and slide my picture in if I want to, and I don't have to worry about it catching or sticking. So great. So here's a little bike there. Then we could probably come in with maybe an arrow and some journaling. So let's put our journaling card down here. I'm going to leave this flat because I still need to write on it. So if I bring it up, then it's going to be really, really, really difficult to write on it. I don't know if there's anything else I need to add. This can go here. I want to put some dimension on that. So again, I'm going to just put a little bit of that powder on and then add some dimension to the bottom of this arrow. And I put 2 on there, put 1. Like I said, it's whatever makes. And then I'm just going to kind of feel for the edge of that photo mat, and there that goes. Beautiful. I love it. It's looking so sharp. These really do come together super, super easy and really, you know, quickly. Okay, so I think that's good for now. I still have to add pictures in, and I'm also going to add some flip flaps in for the 3x4 areas. I'm going to do, so there's different ones that we have. Grab one. So we have them laid out for these, and then we have them laid out for this one. And so I like that there's different options. If you ran out, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world if it flips this way. Obviously, it's not going to be the end of the world if it flips this way. There's no rhyme or reason to the way that you put them on. It's whatever is works great for your layout. Typically, you would put this down first and then put this down, which I don't have a ton of adhesive on here, so I can easily slide this under, and it's no big deal. We'll probably do it from this side. Okay. All right. So I'm going to add those on. This is layout 2. You guys are amazing. And then just catch layout 3 here in a little bit.